Hello everybody, Glitch Reaper here, and if you're seeing this, it is because I was unable to do a proper logon because I had to edit something. So, in case you're seeing this, please enjoy the rest of whatever episode this is. Thank you! So, I know you've been kind of helping them out with SevTech Ages. The mod pack that has Abyssalcraft as part of the major progression.
Yeah, I have done a bunch of things there. Well, a couple of things helping out throughout the development of the pack.
Ah, okay. So what kind of stuff did you do with that one?
So on my side, it was mostly just craft tweaker compatibility, or well, additional things there for handling stuff.
Ah, so he's helping them out with some of the recipes?
And some tweaks in regards to things in the mod that were found to, well, need adjustments.
Okay, because I know I'd heard something about some things not working out with the pack, but I'm not sure precisely what they were talking about exactly. I just know that it happened, like certain things had been inadvertently made completely unfindable. So it's like, whoops, didn't mean for that to happen. Okay, well, I need to do my initial thing of hit something exactly once again. Whenever I get enough actual, like, power for this to work, it would be very nice, because this process is kind of weird. I've mentioned this before, but this mod is cool, but it has some very unusual quirks when it comes to Slash Blade. Like, the fact that sometimes you do in fact need to craft things with very precise amounts of durability damage to them. Like right now I'm trying to go around so I can hit something exactly once. Wait a moment. There's a very small... Come on, right over here. There's a very small magma cube. At least I thought I saw him down here. Did it poof already? Oh, it poofed in the water. The weirdest thing about the overworld nether biome is it has water in an otherwise nethery area, so enemies tend to get themselves seriously damaged because they're not used to the water. It's not their native environment. So it's like what's this stuff? It's blue and mostly clear. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump in. Ah! It's like yeah, go ahead and jump in the unfamiliar liquid. Let's see how well that works with your mod, huh? Oh, that reminds me. I kind of had an interesting idea a while back, and I was kind of thinking if you were ever considering like adding some kind of fishing in the other liquids, maybe for some unique fish or life forms that come up from the special fluids like liquid corallium and antimatter. Like you could catch like anti-fish. That'd be kind of...
It would be just more arbitrary items that have no real use.
Kind of,
well,
but...
you could make food, but I'm trying to kind of reduce the amount of things that do nothing.
Well, I mean, they could have a use. Like, anything anti could count as anti-material. That's, like, a thing. But, I mean, like, you could have, like, specialty fish. Like, I was thinking of something very specific with corallium that would be really cool. Because it's supposed to be about the power of mutation, but not quite like Dreadium, where it's only corruption. I was thinking maybe you could have it where the fish give random potion effects. But you can't control it. Like, it could be bad, could be good. Like a lucky potion. Like a real lucky potion, not like, you know. So how about a fish that you never know what you're gonna get? See, this is where I really need that sword, because... So, random fish. What do you like about that idea? Just random potion effect, like anything that's in your pack. Like you don't, like it doesn't matter if it's even from Abyssalcraft or vanilla. Just anything in your pack that's a potion effect. It's like, okay, let's just choose a random potion effect from all these and see what happens.
That could cause quite a disaster.
Or it could be really fun too. Could you imagine, like, if
Yeah.
it also was random, like maybe different versions of the fish, where some also gave random durations and power levels of it? Like, oh, suddenly you get strength 20, and then the next time the person just gets clobbered whenever they get instant damage enough to knock them out instantly. And they're like, what just happened? So you could be like really good or bad, but it'd be an interesting thing to bet on. It's like, hey, would you like to eat this fish? But it would be kind of its own kind of fun. Russian roulette with a fish. Okay, he's behind me.
I guess it could be like an anti-fish if cooked.
I am in a bad situation because I have a ghast at one end and a magma cube at the other. Gotcha. Molten core. I already had one, but I had enough for the other thing, but now I have one for whatever they're supposed to go for towards otherwise. Which I think is good stuff. Like, I think there's a way to make yourself kind of fireproof. They're good for nether-themed items. Again, magical swag is the theme for Reliquary. Well, so, wow, that adds up quickly. Biggest thing that adds up is the fact loot bags don't stack. But they are good. They just don't stack. Okay, what is this good for otherwise? Hammers. Oh, the Apothecary Cauldron. They got like an alternate alchemy system in here. Lantern of Paranoia. I think I can get slime pearls from them too, but I'm not 100% sure. Oh, the
I
blade.
just got a stack of wood from one of my trees.
Like a
I
whole
forget,
stack.
They're pretty big.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check and see if I can make myself a lumber axe. So, nice reminder of getting stacks of wood from trees. Because I think I can still make a lumber axe. I certainly need to make actual, like, stuff with my forge now that I have it. Because I have the smeltery, but I haven't actually used it yet.
I have iron heads on, or so, well, ends on most of my stuff. Although I haven't made a proper axe. Since I just used a normal wooden axe, which I broke.
Yeah, well, for when you have to be pretty, you have to be pretty serious about your trees when it comes to needing a lumber axe. So it's like, how much tree do you need? Admittedly, there will be some that it will be a good idea if you do so. Like again, we have Thaumcraft here, so say silverwood trees. So that's totally a thing we might need to consider. Quick grow a silver... Well, I don't think you can quick grow silverwood. I think it refuses to be bone mealed. I think that's been true for like a long time. Although, I might...
I almost dug myself into a pool of liquid antimatter.
Oh, is it like surface level antimatter, or are you caving?
Yeah, I was starting to cave, but then a couple of blocks down. I made a staircase, so I didn't fall into it.
Okay, so you just almost fell into it, so close call.
Yeah. I'm gonna find a new spot to dig at.
Well, apparently not that one. And meanwhile, I need to make myself some more torches and stuff, just in case I need to do some exploring. Oh, that's funny. I actually hadn't learned the normal torch. I just learned the stone torches. Whoops. It's nice to have your options. Wait, how much EMC do I got? Because I'm trying to think if I can do something really big or not. Not really. I've only got close to 32,000 points. It's not enough to do something really big. Although, I could we'll be fine on that front. Okay. what I do need to do is I need to actually get my shadow gems all the way up. Okay, so shadow gem shards. So while I'm here, and the thing is, I don't remember too much in Lovecraft having to do with shadows, except like maybe one or two great old ones. So where did the inspiration for the whole shadow set come from?
Oh, I just didn't have too much of a thing for it. It just became.
Okay, so that just
No, you know,
happened.
it was, I guess, partially with the Darklands being having the name the Darklands.
Ah, okay, so you're just going with a theme, going, well, if it's dark, maybe I will use it to make shadowy things. Okay, might want to get a little bit into potential energy power if you'd like at some point. Because I do have the two statues. I have a shadow gem now. Oh, I need to make corallium pearls because of this. That would be a good
Yeah,
thing
I'm
to do.
currently looking for a Corellian.
I have I obtained the gems. I think I'm trying to remember if I got the gems from a like a mob drop from one of the abyssal zombies I was fighting, or if it was from a loot bag or something. I know I just got just enough. Like I know I got like just a few gems, and I have not really transformed it into the pearls yet. So I'm going to do that now. So I know the process is you surround it in stone, and you have any combination of them that leads up to 9.
Yep.
Probably should EMC'd that first. But I now have them in a cluster. I think this is useful for more than just that, so that's why I'm going to make sure to have that learned. But you know, I think Project E may have been, not just Project E, but I think Equivalent Exchange 2 may have been one of the very first mods to actually have, how should I put this? Information tied to players. Like, usually it's like, you know, like the regular Minecraft stuff has like your inventory and things. But for something to give special information like that, it's kind of, I think it was a first. And I think that
could be. Yeah, that sounds about right.
yeah, I think it was, because it was one of the first big magic mods historically. Everybody's like, oh, wow, this is cool. And it was. It really was for its time. That was cool. Okay, so I have Corallium Pearl. I don't want to make that. I just looked up, and the first recipe was the Oblivion Death Bomb Core. And I'm like, no. Let's not do that right now. Okay, the Oblivion Catalyst. Oh, I don't... I have access to pearls, but not to refined corallium, so that's a thing. Yeah, so that's going to be very well differentiated. Okay, so the Oblivion Catalyst. Can find it this way. May it rarely show up in a loot bag, oddly enough. And of course then there's the ritual, but that needs power, so I might want to just start making power now. Because I have the pearl, and I have that. I'll need some monolith stone. I think I remember what it just showed the recipe was. Yeah, okay, and that's for the energy pedestal. And that's a good way to passively collect. I can also make a sacrificial altar, and I might want to do that too, because I know an interesting idea I've been thinking of for a little while, and it could come out very useful for that. Okay, I'd like to take one of these fragments and down convert it so that I can have that way. Okay, because I was thinking maybe of putting a sacrificial altar next to the water, and then whenever like a squid or a guardian shows up, just see if it gets tagged.
They should get tired, although they don't have a lot of health, so you won't get that much energy from them. But
True.
it's a start.
Well, what he's talking about is if you use the sacrificial altar to get the life energy of things, then it's proportional to their original health total. So things that are really big are a lot better than things that are really small. Okay, just make sure. Okay, I needed to... wait a moment. Needed only 5 of that. Need that pearl. Oh, okay, I need the fragments. That's good to know. But then again, I might not go that route because it has issues. I could use a collector, maybe? I could use a collector, but that only has a capacity of 1000 PE. So I'm not sure if I want to go that route because I'd rather charge up my Necronomicon on the pedestal. So yeah, I'm gonna go full pedestal here. Okay, a couple of these pillars, because these monolith stone pillars are actually pretty useful because they allow you to kind of extend the range of things while also letting you hold them up in a way that looks nice. So, decorative and functional. Here's my Necronomicon. It's actually pretty easy to make these things. I mean, rotten flesh, a book, and a couple iron ingots. Kind of goes back with the lore, doesn't it? Because the original rumor was that the actual Necronomicon made by Al-Azif was like supposedly like covered in flesh.
I found in human skin.
Yeah, that was the original lore in Lovecraft. Are you currently out and about or not?
I'm inside my house.
Okay, do you want to sleep now?
Sure.
Okay, sleeping. Because I don't think it'd be a wise idea to set this up at night. Because I don't want a creeper coming around and just blowing stuff up.
Yeah.
And we need to pick out a good spot to actually set up our energy system. Again, I only have 2 statues, so... did by any chance you find any more on your journey? Because I know there was a biome past it, and I don't know if I got everything from it, but I think I got everything useful.
I didn't see anything on the way.
Okay, so I probably got all the statues that were there. There's only 2 random ones. All the ones around your house are decorative, so they're just there for show. Although, I probably could craft some of those if I wanted to, because I know they're actually not really that hard to make for the decorative versions. Just the ones that do something are hard to make. You can do them later, right?
Yeah, when you have the Abyssalcraft.
Yeah, so you have to do it whenever you get to the final, well, it's kind of debatable which one you call the final dimension, because the Dark World it's there, and it's technically only accessible after you get to Omethal, but Omethal has a lot more stuff you actually do. I mean, for right now, the Dark Realm's a tad barren, so maybe eventually you'll have more stuff to do in the Dark World as well.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah. I also totally need to make a farm. Hey. What? Oh, I whiffed. I did that way too early. I just had to whack a spider, which dropped absolutely nothing, might add. Okay, so where would you like us to set up for our potential energy system? Because it's going to probably require some strategy because of disasters that might happen.
Probably find some secluded spot and then just build a bunch of relays to transfer the energy away from it.
True. Do the main disruptions only happen around the statues themselves when you place them?
Yeah. Anything more than 16 bucks away is more or less unaffected.
Okay. So we can relay it through the relay system. Okay, but yeah, because I was also wanting to go over the lore of the energy system while we did it. Although I'm about to do something really risky. I see an abyssal block, and both of us find it very impossible to resist free random stuff. So it has to happen. Oh, you guys. Hi. I'm surrounded by shadow monsters.
Huh.
It wasn't the worst. But they are hitting decently hard and I need to recharge, so I need to eat some meat. Fish fillet! Oh, well, they're over there and I'm over here. I really, really need to do, like, fishing with a regular bow so I can get, like, infinity bows. Something that I always wind up getting eventually. So I kind of got myself a little, how should I put this, jaded on the quality of my bows, because I kind of always wind up having a really whopper in the end. I like fish a few up that are good, and then I always, basically, then after that, just like wind up with this enormously powerful infinite bow. It's like, it always happens. Like, just because I know that I can do it that way, I always do it that way. Like, I always fish up a few, anvil it like crazy, and wind up with ultra bow. I got a lot of stuff from those guys, so yeah, that was actually pretty good. It just took a lot of fighting. Oh wait, I did kill some over here. I need to make sure that I didn't lose their loot. Okay. I think I got everything, and I know you disarmed the Shoggoth lair, so... Nope, no fallen treasure in here. Oh, wait. I didn't get them all. There's like one stray. Oh, that happened. I didn't fight any shadow beasts, thank goodness. Because they're, like, a lot more powerful.
I should have been a tiny bit more buff now. Just made the shadow damage non-magical.
Ah.
Which makes it even more horrible.
Well, that's if you find the elite version, which is the Shadow Beast. They're pretty rough. Because I've seen some things totally wasted by them. So, yeah. Because I know I've kind of been a mob battling, right?
Yeah.
Well, I have seen some of the elite units, including the Dread Guards and the Shadow Beasts, just maul things. Like, I'm not sure entirely how frequently it happens, but I have seen a Shadow Beast take down an Iron Golem before. So it can be done.
I think I actually showed you that in a test world.
Oh yeah, that's right. They just went bop. It's like an Iron Golem's like, no! Poof. It's like, remember me. Well, he'll be remembered. I got some decent stuff out of that. And again, I need to reorganize my my loot bags because, yeah. Okay, so we don't have to be too far away from our houses to set things up, but we do need some distance. I know at some point I'll need to start the ritual setup. Do you think between our houses would be safe enough, or do you think we should be farther off? Like, maybe, like I was originally thinking, maybe, oh, say, slightly into the overworld nether biome? Where there's less of a chance of creepers?
I would say slightly into the nether overworld biome.
Yeah, the overworld nether biome is well, it has this thing about the nether is there's certain things that are just the way it is that way, and you kind of know what you're going to get, and the same's true here. Except there's a few very specific creatures that'll only show up in dark time, so that means pretty much only at night, because unlike the nether, it doesn't have a giant roof over it.
Yep.
So, yeah. Okay. I'm going to set up just a little bit past the random enchantment building.
Alright.
Okay. So, you want to go into anything specifically about this, or just the fact that it is what it is?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, there is something to be said for it. I mean, you used to not even have this feature. You used to not have like a built-in energy system. It was just kind of done differently, you know? Because I kind of remember that time. Whenever there,
Yeah, I mean, there weren't any rituals in the beginning.
yeah,
And then I did add rituals, but well, initially they were free pretty much. I mean, you just did a ritual and well, supply the items and ta-da.
yeah. Okay, now the energy pedestal is what you use to put an item on. It has a capacity of its own, but you use it mainly to charge your Necronomicon or other potential energy holding containers, devices, etc. And the pillars are fancy and functional. They help you extend things. So there's Cthulhu. Here's Azathoth. Okay, the beams, the particles indicate they're giving power to it, and whenever they do that, there might be some crazy side effect. So, do you know what all the disruptions are that you put in for this?
It's not too much. Usually, well, you have lightning, then you have some potion effects, and then you have nearby players getting lit on fire. And then for the, well, in Shubinograph, you have animals becoming their evil counterparts.
Okay, so that can happen.
And then let's see what else we have.
Okay.
Fireballs dropping from the sky, which I need to slow down a bit since they also spread out more. Since they just go around the statue and destroy everything nearby.
Yeah, it's
If
just
it spread out, it would be actually slightly less destruction, but spread out more.
well, there are some custom effects you could do. I mean, maybe less fire, but more something else kind of annoying, like maybe all players around get nausea. Because that's really annoying.
I think I might have done that already, or that might not be one of the effects. So I do have a couple of random potion effects. Not random, but a couple of ones.
Pre-selected.
Well, I do need to add more disruptions though, since there's 15, I think.
Okay.
Roughly.
I mean, have you thought of there being some things that could be seen as both good and bad as well? You know, just effects that's like, oh, we didn't think they'd actually use that. You know?
Potentially. I mean, there's gonna be more effects, and you already do have mob spawning as well, and that makes shadow mobs easier for one, since they can spawn.
Oh yeah. Oh, I just thought of something. Have you seen extra utilities before, or much of that?
Some of it.
Well, there's something that kind of used to be around more, and it's kind of went a little different as to how you get it these days. But there was something that you originally got it as part of a bit of a ritual, actually, and the ritual was basically in order to get. You needed to energize your sigils, and the sigils would allow you to do some very special crafting, but...
I mean the divination sigil ritual, with all the ground being converted, and then the contraption altar-ish thing with a enchanting table and some redstone.
Yeah, that ritual. And the thing about it is, if you went through that ritual, you'd get the Cursed Earth, and that is one of the side effects. But the thing is, Cursed Earth had this special ability where it would absolutely insane... Oh, I was doing that weird thing again. It would have that thing where it would absolutely insanely...
it spawns mobs regardless of... Well, as long as there isn't any light, it can spawn anything. It can spawn in biome. Since light still nullifies it, though it's bright enough.
I was thinking maybe you could do something like Cursed Earth as a disruption, only maybe even theoretically a little worse. Like, maybe it's like, regardless of like time of day or anything else, it's like things that just spawn regardless. It could be both good and bad, because then you... Aha, another zombie brain. Kinda needed those. Because the good thing is you could use it for, like, mob farming. The bad thing is now they're showing up in your face regardless. So, yeah. It's like the classic have fun with that one.
I mean, you could do some. You just pick some mobs that can spawn in the biome and spawn them, rather than having specific key mobs.
Well, you could do specific, or it could be like biome based, because the way Cursed Earth actually works is more based on the exact chunk. Whatever can spawn in that exact chunk is allowed to spawn on Cursed Earth. Whatever is not, obviously doesn't show up. So
right now there is some mob spawning disruptions. They're pretty much, well, we do have shadow mobs and Shoggoths, and also minions of the Gatekeeper, which I'm probably gonna remove. Since they're spawning us an armor foe kind of breaks things.
Yeah,
so then you can get scales and Ephaxium already there. Well, if you can kill one. Which isn't too difficult right now, well, apart from their damage and health.
Yeah, but on the other hand, it would kind of, whenever you have that as an option, it does kind of let you kind of bypass the whole Ephaxium thing, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the problem. So I could see why taking them out would be a good idea if you want to try to enforce the new progression system as much as possible. It's going, no, we don't need minions as a gatekeeper here. Why? Because they drop good stuff that you're not supposed to have until really late. So, yeah, we're not going to let you just jump ahead like that, so... Thanks, no thanks. Oh yeah, that's right. I needed to use this so I can get some more things. Okay, because somehow I hadn't actually scanned sugarcane before. Don't know how I didn't do that.
I just realized that my pickaxe has a stone tool rod.
Ah, well, it's actually better
So
with wood because it'll regrow.
I know. I just realized that it was stone.
You're
Not
going,
wood.
okay, so you're going, wait a moment. I wanted regrowth here. That reminds me, if you get desperate, there's some interesting things you can do with block armor. Because there are... how should I put this? There are armors for pretty much every block with various abilities. And one of which is that some of them will regenerate on their own. However, most block armors don't really give good defense overall. There are a few that do, but for the most part, not. Sleep or not?
I can sleep.
Okay. But yeah, most of them don't really have that good a defense, so it's not really something that you usually rely on for that part, but they do have special abilities, and some of them are really good abilities, like giving you a reason to have the trade-off between the defense and not. But there are some that are just so good, regardless, it's just ridiculous. Because things that you'd expect to have hardness, like obsidian, do have. So they have armor toughness. And so that can be useful. And they also have a lot of other abilities. However, I'm trying to remember if this exact version actually has some of the abilities working, because I know that like there was this issue with health boost. I'm trying to remember if that's a thing here, because like some of them will give you like additional health just for wearing them. I saw lightning, so I know that that's working. Oh, one thing I should do. I'm wondering, is this like regular Minecraft lightning that it attracts?
Actually, it's actually a real lightning bolt.
Okay, because that could be useful. The thing is, I do have a modern hero, a modern hero called Lightningcraft that used to have Thaumcraft integration, and it's all about using the power of lightning. So maybe, just maybe, it could be rechanneled into that mod. I just have to see if it would work with an air terminal. So yeah.
Considering the lightning is only the visual effects, it's not physically. You won't get struck by lightning by being by the statue.
Okay.
It's only the visual effects of the lightning.
Okay.
So it shouldn't work.
Okay, if it's just a visual, it's like pseudo lightning, it shouldn't happen. So yeah, okay. But yeah, I checked my Necronomicon. It has getting close to 1,000 potential energy, so it's kind of getting there. But I know that some of the initial rituals have to be with pretty much a full load, so it's going to be filling for a while. So while that happens, maybe I can actually get started on Lightningcraft. It's very Well, it's about as shocking as you'd think it would be, you know. And I think some of the materials are actually compatible with Tinker's construct. That reminds me, have you thought of any directed lightning effects that actually use regular lightning? Or, like,
Well,
maybe...
the disruption that casts lightning on you uses astral lightning. And
Okay.
also finishing a ritual, a infusion ritual, a creation ritual,
Okay.
will create the astral lightning. Or that will actually that should be the infusion ritual. Because I don't think I made the creation ones emit lightning.
Well, there is one other way now that I'm thinking about it, and that's that if you use Ritual Downpour a few times, then wouldn't that eventually give you a lightning storm that you could really use?
In theory, it should, because it
Okay.
could do that.
Okay,
If
okay.
done enough.
Okay, I just made an iron rod. A funny thing, normally the way to do this would be to, how should I put this? You can make a golf club, swing it, hit yourself with lightning, and that's where you can get initial lightning, but of course it hits you. So, I mean, it will get redirected as usual if anything attracts it, but it's just, if there's nothing else, you are the initial target. Yeah, lightning guide. Lightning guide. Knowledge is key. This is the what you do is you make an iron rod using 3 iron ingots in a diagonal line, and then you add that to a book and you get the guide for lightning craft. Okay, air terminals. Might want to make those initially just in case it does in fact start storming, because they are useful. They're how you get things charged. You know, this is one of the few guidebooks I've seen that doesn't include direct recipes. You gotta... It tells you what you're looking for, but it forgets to tell you how to make it. Oh, that's actually kind of funny. I forgot about that. Well, it does have some. But only for, like, the specialty recipes that are from, like, its version of a lightning infusion. Because they won't show up in all versions of recipe tracking, so... I mean, you could probably analyze the other stuff earlier with, like, the new version of the guidebook in 1.12.2, but you'd need JEI or NEI for anything else, so, yeah. At lightning! Okay, let me see here.
Well, I should get off. It's past 2 a.m. Just realized that.
Okay. I could start up lightning craft in
I'm-
between too, so that would be okay. So we can let off for now, and get back to stuff later.
You can probably start Lightning Craft and just fill me in on the details.
Yeah, because you already know how to work a smeltery and a few things with Project E, so you should be good. But when it comes to lightning craft, that's something not too many people know of, so yeah. Oh, that had a weird lag. So I'll just put this book in here for now, and I'll sign off, and then maybe I'll just man my altar setup for a while and hope that it charges all the way up to 5,000. Also,
Yeah, you could do that.
I may need to get myself some more food. I do have Pams in here, so I really need to make some, like, Pam stuff at some point. So, yeah, that would be a good idea. I think I've got some, Really? That's all I got that's... Okay. So I need to, like, get some other fish. Do I have salmon? No, I don't have... I also need to just go fishing. I also really need to just go fishing. That's something I also need to do. I need to go fishing with a regular rod. Because I don't have half of what I thought I did in terms of fishing stuff. So I'll do that. So, yeah, so everybody, this has been Glitch Reaper. I'll be signing off for now. Hope to hear back from you later. And goodbye, everybody. And fish well, everybody.